I'm very excited to be joined today by Christian artist from Ontario, Canada, Daniel Richter. Thank you for taking the time today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, I would love to hear a little bit more about your past because I believe you were in the band 11 Past One, and your musical career started off a little different than it looks now. Could you share a little bit more?
Yeah, so yeah, 11 past one. We were a pop band, top 40 mainstream sound, and we were grinding for a long time. We started probably back in 2007, but for 2006, 2007, I think we formed the band. Long time ago now. But in about 2009, we started taking it seriously because I just graduated university, and my brother and his buddies just graduated high school, so we were all kind of freed up, and we just took off. We were living in trailer parks all over the states, and we were just going for it, so to speak, right? Just playing all the different bars and beach communities. We loved going down south, and so it all kind of started back then, and we grinded and grinded. And by about 2013, we signed a major record deal with Warner Music Canada, and that lasted for a few years. And when that was up, we were talking about, well, Warner was talking about signing me solo, and I was just praying and praying about it. And it's one of the hardest things to pray when you're praying, God, have your way, close the door if you want it to be closed, even though I might want it like extremely bad. So that's the kind of prayer that I was praying, and I just had to say no back then. Anyways, fast forward a little bit. The guys in the band kind of fizzled out. They weren't really into making music and really going hard at it anymore. So I kind of just said, you know what? I am gonna do solo stuff. I'm just gonna do it on my own. So I did that under the name Valdi, which is my middle name. I did that for about 4 years. I think I started in 2018, 4 or 5 years. And then just about a year ago, I decided to change my name just to my name, Daniel Richter. And just a little bit ago, just this past year, God really called me like, Daniel, you've been waiting long enough. I really, really need you to go into the Christian industry. I mean, I can't run from it. I can't run from it. So I've decided to just go hard at this now. And God is just using me. It's so exciting. I'm leading worship at my church, and I've been doing that for 2 years. And it's just incredible when you really actually just let go and let God do what he wants to do, and you actually like tell him that. It's pretty great.
That's fantastic. What was that transition like? There was obviously a few transitions for you, like you said, 4 years you were on your own, but then you were like, okay, I'm feeling led to break into the Christian music industry. I've done this other thing. What was that transition like?
Well, the transition from that solo stuff into the Christian stuff was like, it was kind of like pulling teeth a little bit, like, because I really, really had a long time history making this kind of music, right? And I feel like, for the longest time I was chasing my desires, right? I was chasing what I wanted in the music industry, and you know, for the longest time it was about the fame and making money, and how many streams can I get, and it was all about me, me, me. So I was even about to release like a really, really one of my favorite songs that I ever wrote, and I was gonna do like cross country, big radio campaign and stuff like that. And I was praying about it, and I prayed that prayer again. I'm like, God, if you want me to put this out, just tell me, like, and just give me a sign, like, hit me over the head with it. And then I do have like an investor and stuff that helps me make music and stuff. And lo and behold, like the next day after I prayed that, like I was really praying for it, my investor called me and he was like, you know what? I have a feeling we need to just hold off on this. So I just took that as like the final word from God, just to like stop doing that, change gears, and let's put out some Christian music that talks about Jesus. So I hope that answered your question. I think it was a
Yeah,
little
absolutely.
long-winded, but
No, that's great. I would love to know, you talked about being a worship leader at your church. You were in a band with your brother, some friends as well. These people, have they come around and supported you in this new endeavor? It was a big change from what you had been doing as well. Have you had some really bad, or like pushback? Have you been encouraged through this?
yeah, I mean, so yeah, my brother Steven, he's in the band. He's the guitarist. So I mean, I see him every day. We own and run an asphalt company together. So I'll actually be heading off to work right after this. But
Right on.
yeah, so and then the other guys, I still talk to the other guys, the drummer and the bassist. So like like they support me, of course. They're happy for me. We all have our families, well, except for my brother. He has a wife, but he doesn't have kids, but everybody else has kids. And we all have our things that we're doing. And so yeah, like I keep in touch with all of them. Yeah.
Okay, so just to be clear, the brother that was in the band, he's with you now?
Well, yeah, like I see him every day, right? Like, because we
That's
work
great.
together. Yeah, we work together.
Right
Yeah.
on. I'm so glad to hear that. Getting to your actual single, Light That Shines. Tell me about the heart behind this.
Yeah, so I mean, it's about, redemption, hope, second chances, and just honesty. I was, and well, obviously, and shining your light for God. But the verses, I open up a little bit in the verses talking about how I had a lot of shame and guilt of the things that I've done in the past. And when you believe the enemy's lies, it can really tear you down. So like I'm just encouraging people that, God is there. He's there to take away that guilt, and he's there to take away that shame. And you just got to let him, you know. And ever since I truly did that, I think God once you give God something, it kind of like lets him come in and do what he wants to do. Like, obviously, he can do that if you don't let things go as well. But there's something really special and really freeing when you let things go. Um, so yeah, so the verses talk about that, and then the chorus kind of brings it all together, talking about how you can find hope in Jesus and be that light and just shine for him.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, you've been in the music industry for quite some time. Any specific musical influences, people that you look up to or take inspiration from?
Yeah, I mean, right now, like, Brandon Lake, Cody Carnes, Phil Wickham, um, those are like the top artists that I really
Totally.
aspire to be like Elevation, Bethel. Like all I know they're like huge artists and stuff, so it's kind of cliche to say, but like the music and the heart behind it all, it's just like it's crazy. I love it.
That's amazing. If people want to follow along, they want to hear your new song and follow your musical journey, how can they do that?
Yeah, so you can hit me up on all my socials. Like I mentioned earlier, I called myself Valdi before, so and I'm verified on some of my social media, so I couldn't actually change that handle. So my Instagram and my Facebook are at Valdi official. My TikTok is at I'm Daniel Richter, and same with X, same with Twitter, but I rarely use that. And YouTube is at I'm Daniel Richter too. So just type in Daniel Richter even everywhere, and I'll pop up. I'll pop up.
Fantastic. Well, we really appreciate you sharing your heart, especially before you head off. And we're going to share your music and this inspiration with all our listeners.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Daniel.